Hey guys, welcome to another Unity tutorial. Today we're going to talk about how to make a sprite sheet for animation. And it's pretty easy. It's really just going to determine on how much you want to put as in terms of effort into your animation. Okay, this is going to go in towards the 2D game projects in Unity. So we have a sprite sheet here, and you see I have a walk cycle. You can add as many types of cycles on your sprite sheet if you want, but for this purpose I'm going to do a very simple walk cycle with an idle stance on there, and nothing spectacular. It's going to probably even look a little crude, and that's the way I wanted it, to be honest. Okay, so every time you make the animation, have a set dimension. Okay, and as we have this here, go to properties and go to details. If you forget what your dimensions were for the future images that you're going to make, I know that I have a dimension of 360 by 480 pixels. Okay, once you set that and make it the same across all your frames, then it becomes easy once you follow the principles of animation, if you have consistency and follow through all those great stuff. Once you're done with the animation and everything seems to be working out, we need to make a sprite sheet. Okay, so now that we know the dimensions per every frame, we do a little bit of multiplication. Okay, so we know before that every frame was 360 pixels wide. Okay, our walk cycle was 10 frames long, and then we have an idle pose, and I'll show you the purpose of that on the next tutorial, how to implement this into Unity, and this will help you out a lot. Okay, so I want an even number. Okay, even number of frames, even if one's empty. Okay, so I said to myself, well, I need 6 columns by 360 pixels. Okay, oops. So we know the first dimension width-wise, or how wide it is going to be 2160. Okay, which is what we have here. And we know for the height of the character for every frame, it's going to be 480 pixels. Okay. Now we can't have just 480 pixels unless you want to make a really long sprite sheet, but this is going to be height, kind of a little bit more better oriented than that. So I'm going to give this 2 rows. Okay. And so I do 480 times 2. That's 960. So we know for a fact that this is width and this is height. Okay. Once you know your dimensions, you easily go into Photoshop, File, New, and you can hit Custom, place in an actual name for that, and don't do what I did with just Untitled 3. Because if you have a lot of custom pieces, custom templates with just Entitled, you might get lost later. Okay, so place in a name. So 2160 is your width, 960 is your height. I kept the resolution at 200. That may need to be adjusted per your drawing. It's up to you and how your situation goes. And I hit create. So once I hit create, I get the actual background. So it's going to look something like this. Okay. And then what you simply do from there is go to your first frame. Once you're happy with it, hit Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and go to your sprite sheet, hit Control V. Okay, and you drop it in. You'll see it actually have the purple lines, so it's mean it's flush right up against. It's perfectly up against there. It's nice and even. So that would be the first one. Okay. And you drop them in. I did this in reverse, so I did the last one. which was in this space, and I actually got rid of that image. Well, it's still there, and I just made sure that I had the proper amount of frames and that everything was syncing up okay in the beginning of the development process for this. And at one point I just said, well, I don't need this, so it would actually just slow down the walk cycle because a duplicate frame, and just turned it off. Okay, once you've lined them up all nice and perfectly using the guidelines, the purple guidelines, you should be good to go. Even if I have an uneven number of frames, I can later use this space for something else or not at all. Okay, and once I'm happy with that, go to layer, flatten image. Okay, so that's how you make a sprite sheet. And then, you know, if this is for like a class project, you know, which it probably should be, you know, or if you're just doing this on your own, you can put your name here if you want. Okay, so pretty easy stuff that you got going on here. The second part of this tutorial, which is implementing a sprite sheet in Unity. I'll show you how to implement this, how to slice it nice and perfectly, and implement this when you have a 2D character moving. Okay, so that'll be a little bit longer tutorial, but in all regards, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. Thank you.